12 consecutive years now, we've run it through one organisation or another. We've run free market analysis for those that wish to attend. And thank you to the many of you that continue to attend, and I hope you get plenty of value from this. We'll be without Orlando today, who is away with some illness. He is recovering, but not able to get a video through to us in time. So we've got Lenka with us, and we are waiting for Ash to join us reasonably soon. I'll give him another message to make sure he's not too far away. It is a it's a busy old market, and one that still doesn't appear quite done for the year to me. I mean, to be fair, I'm in an existing trade from November, but no plans to manage that at this point. It's a let go strategy, but really I'm not looking to enter anything else at this stage of the year. We're well into to sort of the wind down session normally, but the market continues to motor along. Lenka, what are you seeing in the market as far as market analysis goes? What are you seeing? What do you think will happen in the next week or so? And at what stage do you think traders need to just jump out of the market and have a break?
Yeah, hi everyone. Hi, Paul. So I am still looking for trades, usually on the shorter time frame. But yeah, I will be finishing up before Christmas. So I'm not really sure if there is a good time. Sometimes the market, is still good especially in the new year. But between the breaks, I usually don't trade. So yeah, unless it's really on the shorter time frames. But I'm going to show some trade setups that I'm looking for next week. I'll share my screen. All right, so what I'm looking for here is a short on GBP USD at the moment. What I'm seeing is on the monthly, that bar hasn't closed, but we're at the top of the previous range where there was levels of support. On the weekly, I had a couple of closes above, but now a close below with a strong rejection of that MR1 level and closed below within the range there. So I'm looking for short from the top of that range to possibly the monthly pivot or the bottom of the range there. On the daily, what I have is basically two closes below the 10 EMA and also the weekly pivot and also within the range. In addition, here I have a stochastic divergence for a bearish one, so that's looking for short. So I have these higher tops here, 1, 2, 3, and on the stochastic I have lower 1, 2, 3. So I'm looking for that to now potentially reverse and go short again on this to the monthly pivot. So on the 4-hourly time frame, what I'm looking for is any pullback and then we have sort of that double top there. So looking for a lower high. What ideally I would like to see is the market to go a little bit further down past this point here. So that past this point there, if it would close below before that pullback, and then I would look for the short opportunity setup after that. So that is GBP USD. Next one I'm looking at is AUD USD, and here I'm also looking at a short opportunity. So here on the monthly, again, this last bar is not closed, but we're pretty much on the top of that range. So I'm looking at, that going further down. Let's have a look on the weekly. On the weekly, we have a touch point at that top of that channel, which has rejected that level. And therefore, that's indicating to me that it would be going short. It is not quite closed within that previous range and below that previous low. So there is still a potential that could just turn around and go further up. But the type of setup they'll be looking for is short here. Again, this is the daily time frame. So you had a couple of closes below, but not quite below that previous low. So would be looking for the price to go below or potentially open below that on Monday, then pull back and then look for the short opportunity after that. So on the 4-hourly, that would be, let's say below here. So if we open below that level or the bar goes below and then does the pullback, then I would be looking for short opportunities there. Okay. Next one is GBP JPY. And here I'm looking for short opportunities. On the monthly, we're at the top of that previous channel. Already came down, but it's still in an uptrend. So this one is potentially not going with the trend because the trend is up, but looking for a short pullback in the opposite direction. On weekly, we also had a rejection of the top level. We already had 1, 2, 3 rejections. Then we had a false break and close below, and then another weekly rejection there. So, and with a close below the monthly pivot and also below the EMA. So looking for that to then continue further down to the bottom of that channel. On the daily, price action is not that great. We only have one close below and no proper pattern. So that is not very interesting there. However, on the 4-hourly, we have a high, a low, a lower high, and now a lower low. And therefore, I'm looking for a reversal at around this point here as a lower high, and therefore going short. In saying that, because it is in the opposite direction to the trend, then it would likely be a shorter time frame or lower risk to reward ratio trade. Next one is Euro AUD, and Euro AUD here I'm looking for long opportunities. On the monthly, this I was looking for shorts before, but now that we've got that close above, I may be looking for long if that continues in that direction. So what I would be looking for here is on the daily, we have a low, a high, a higher low, and now a higher high. So therefore, I'm looking for a pullback. And if it remains above that previous level of resistance and becomes support, then I'm looking for long opportunities there. Also here on the 4-hourly, looking for that price to basically pull back. And if it does reverse, they're looking for long opportunities there. Only because the trend, it's basically been going up. So unless there is a false break and a retest underneath that level, then would be looking at long opportunities for now. The next currency pair, and this is the last one, is Euro GBP. And Euro GBP, I'm actually looking for short on this one. So we are currently within the previous channel. So this is the monthly chart. That last bar is not yet closed. On the weekly, we had a massive weekly engulfing bar close in the top quarter of that range. So it's back up at the previous high levels. On the daily, we've had a pushback from that top trend where it was a high, a low, a lower high, and equal pretty much low. So now looking for that again to push away from that and go lower. On the 4-hour, we also have a false break and a retest of that weekly resistance, WR3. So if tomorrow we have the price go lower, then I would be looking for short. The first profit target would be before these levels, just in case it reverses there. So some partial profit, otherwise just continuing down to, say, the weekly pivot or the top of that range. So that is short term for Euro GBP. And that is all from me. Thank you very much.
Cheers, Lenka. Thank you very much for that, and thank you for analysis during the year. Have a great Christmas and New Year. I understand we'll see you back in early February. Thank you for everything you've done this year. Much appreciated by us.